Since the fall of Saddam, the internet has been used to document unfolding history in Iraq through words and images, sounds and video clips, from suicide bombers to online bloggers. But increasingly new voices are being heard in this virtual arena.
I'm 24 hours online.
A new generation are bringing Western ideals into traditional cultures.
We need to speak out and express ourselves in international ways.
And an old guard are finding new ways to spread their messages.
الجانب الأسهل هو أنه نوصل ما نريد بسرعة جيدة.
هنا تطرح العمليات لكل أصناف المقاومة سواء كانت شيعية أو سنية بدون أي انحياز.
But above all, a web-savvy youth is claiming this new territory as their own.
And now we have Facebook, now we have Twitter, we have Yahoo, Hotmail.
I travel from war-torn Baghdad to the mountainous region of Kurdistan and on into the heart of Shia Islam in Najaf to find out if the internet can crack through the cultural, religious and ethnic walls that surround this fractured nation. In Saddam Hussein's Iraq, during the run-up to the US-led invasion in 2003, a lone voice spoke to the outside world from inside Baghdad. Salam Pax, whose web name means peace, was an Iraqi blogger who broke through Saddam's media blackout and gave the world a rare insight into the life of ordinary Iraqi people. 7 years on, Saddam has gone. But there are many more Iraqi voices on the internet helping to make connections in this fractured country. From the moment you enter Baghdad, this is the familiar scene. Many neighborhood has been divided by high concrete wall. Actually, the city has been surrounded with this concrete walls. You are feeling you are entering a prison as big as Baghdad. So I'm wondering how the young people here get in touch with the outside world, how they crack these walls, how they can communicate with the rest of the Iraq. Behind the all too familiar headlines coming out of Baghdad, life continues and ordinary people carry on.
The very first minute that I wake up, I'll think about which safe road to go to college and basically staying alive.
AK is a 20-year-old student studying international relations in Baghdad. For his safety, we drove him from his college and interviewed him in our car. The route takes us through many roadblocks and checkpoints. But AK has found that the internet allows him to crack these walls and communicate across the barriers.
Now we have Facebook, now we have Twitter, we have Yahoo, Hotmail, Skype. I love Skype, by the way. And so we keep connected. Personally, I have like 200 friends on Facebook. So basically, it's a gift from God, actually.
During Saddam Hussein regime, mobile telecom did not exist in most of Iraq, and the internet was limited mostly to government officials. It is estimated that today up to 80% of the population have mobile phones. However, according to the US State Department, only 5% of homes have internet access. Not surprising when it can cost a fifth of the average Iraqi's income to get connected. AK is one of the lucky few. He comes from a middle-class family that can afford to connect to the internet. Also, he is a man, which means he is free to leave his house. But this is not the case for most women in Baghdad. In one of Baghdad's middle-class neighborhoods, a young Iraqi girl agreed to meet me.
Hi, fine, how are you? Good to be here.
Rafal is a 19-year-old medical student. She showed me around her home.
In 2003, before we knew that the war is going to happen, we had to tape those windows just to minimize the loss of the windows when an explosion happens. And actually it works. Yeah, saved many windows.
From her positive outlook, it's difficult to tell that she faces grave danger on a daily basis.
Every morning I wake up, I go to college thinking like it's my last day in life. When I look at my family or my friends, I may think like this is the last time I may see them, because I don't know when I'm gonna die. In every minute there is an explosion, people die.
When she is not at college, she is a virtual prisoner in her own home. The internet and a mobile phone are her only tools to stay in touch with the outside world.
I don't have that much free time, so I don't use the internet during my exams, but when I'm free, I'm 24 hours online.
Rafael uses Facebook and email to keep in touch with her friends and takes her mind off the danger and instability outside by watching comedy clips on YouTube.
Silence! I kill you!
Outside the wealthier neighborhoods, many Iraqi families cannot afford to buy a computer or connect to the internet at home. But for $1 an hour, anyone can use a rather slow connection at one of the growing number of internet cafes in Baghdad.
Many ages of people come in here. We have old people, writers, actors who come to the shop. We have young people come browsing the net or chatting. We have families come together to see other families in other countries.
Rebuilding the infrastructure which was destroyed in the war is an enormous task. The Iraqi government has given this lucrative contract to private companies and claims to have ambitious plans to develop the technology. It is also trying to use the internet to improve its relations with the public. A few months ago, the Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki launched his own YouTube channel.
هذا التطور الذي يشهده الطموحات الكبيرة التي يسعى لتحقيقها في عالم الاتصال والتواصل.
And they have a backing of some major international figures.
It's great that the Iraqi government is introducing the Iraqi Gov YouTube channel so that we'll discover even more what's great about Iraq, this new country that's being built, the resurgence of a new society, and the amazing things they have in store for all of us.
لاحظت كثير من المسؤولين على مستوى عالي يستخدمون الانترنت، وهذا شيء جيد وإن كان لا يزال أقل من الطموح بصراحة. ولكن أنا لاحظت مثلا السيد رئيس الوزراء يستخدم الانترنت بشكل جيد، يراجع الإيميل مالته يوميا. أعتقد أنه شيء جيد حينما يعي المسؤول نفسه أهمية الانترنت وما يوفر على المواطن من فرصة للتعلم، من قصر في المسافة للاطلاع على الشيء، من اختصار للجهد والوقت حتى أزمات المرور وغيرها.
However, progress has been slow due to the security situation, legal issues, and alleged corruption and nepotism. The internet also has a darker side. It has been an important tool in the hands of Islamic extremist groups in Baghdad. Websites like Snipers of Baghdad have posted videos of roadside bombs and sniper fire, accompanied by religious chants, which some say have influenced many young people to join these groups. But Iraq is much bigger than Baghdad alone. In the mountains north of the country lies the self-governed Kurdish region. And the next leg of my journey is to the regional capital of Erbil, 350 kilometers north of Baghdad. Thousands of Kurdish families fled Saddam's repression and found refuge in the West. But since the fall of Saddam in 2003, the region has been relatively stable and has largely managed to avoid ethnic violence. This has created an opportunity for foreign investment and a reversed brain drain, with many refugees coming back to Kurdistan. I went to meet Sazan and her family, who have returned to Erbil after 7 years in Australia. Like Salam Pax, Sazan decided to chronicle her new life in Kurdistan on a blog, which resulted in her thoughts on Kurdish nationalism being published in the Guardian newspaper in Britain. But when I meet Sazan and her college friend, Seyran, it is obvious that they are no different from many other Western students.
We start texting in the morning, what time are you going?
Yeah, I'm in uni, where are you?
Yeah, until we meet. Normally after lecture we go out for lunch if we have to.
Yeah, even especially now there's malls, like new open malls and nice places, so we just go and spend big time, some shoppings together.
This life is very different from that at Rafel and AK in Baghdad, and yet the two girls have a connection with their contemporaries in the capital.
I have a lot of friends in Baghdad, in Basra, in Hilla, and I went, yeah, because I participated in an exchange program I went to Washington to US last summer, and my Facebook is the only way that I can connect with these people again. So now they are all on my Facebook, we connect with each other. I say just thanks for Facebook, because it's the only way I can connect with each other. Yeah.
Sazan and Seyran are politics and international relations students at Erbil University and regularly use the internet to connect to the world.
We had a video conference with the University of Texas, so it was really a good chance. Yeah. We were sharing ideas.
We sit in our class, they sit, and we see each other and hear one another's voice and debate and ask questions, and we're linking two different cultures, two different people from completely different backgrounds, and we felt like we were in one room together when a computer screen was separating both of us.
Sazan's father was a Peshmerga resistance fighter during Saddam's time, but he hopes that the internet will bring a better future for his children.
Esta ema من وكو باوكيك هول ددم كلجي أو تشكي بدس من وابو أو صالاني كأو جنجايتي من همو روي من على كان فير بكم بعلمه معرفته بخوينه يعني كي بقوي خدمتي أمولاته بكم.
Botan Usman grew up and was educated in England, but returned to become the head of the IT department for the Kurdish regional government.
That we're going to use. The government is extremely serious about developing IT. Delivering modernization is the main policy, and we believe that administrative reform within the government can be really enabled by information technology. We believe that will make government more efficient, it will make our government more transparent, and it will allow citizens to hold government accountable and to gain the services that they really deserve.
The longer period of stability has meant that the infrastructure here is more developed than in Baghdad, with optical fiber linking it to neighboring countries, and mobile wireless internet replacing the traditional internet cafes that used to be on every street corner. Inward investment and competition amongst telecoms companies and internet service providers in this lucrative business has started to drive costs down.
أكيد إنترنت للسعر شيء هذا أولنية بري هؤلاء بينا كردري أو السعر خيالية كمان زارا ما بيرن كذا تسوين $100 شيء هذا $10 ساعات أكيد يتو منافسة دروز بين الشركات منافسة قبل السبب أوي كمشترك استفادة بكاتن أكيد الصالح يخرج وخرج يزور تروج هذا كاتن.
In the 21st century, electronic waves have crossed many borders, and of course Iraqi Kurdistan isn't exceptional. But this creates tension between this deeply traditional and somehow religious society with Western values. This influx of Western-educated newcomers with liberal views and the spread of an unfettered internet is causing some problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, exclusive right here. Yes, yes, yes. Dashni. This one is for you, girl. All my girls.
Dashni is a pop star and TV presenter who first used the internet to infiltrate Kurdish society from her adopted home in the Netherlands. Her provocative music, videos and lyrics have broken many taboos. Through YouTube, MySpace and Facebook, she built up a huge following amongst young Kurdish in Iraq and abroad. And 2 years ago, she moved back to her homeland.
Not everybody knows Kurdistan. We need to speak out and express ourselves in an international way so that we can get much easier connected to the outside world. That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. For that, I need to be within the people so I can get the reaction and do better work.
On the street, her popularity is obvious, especially amongst young men. But many in this society feel that the internet is contributing to the destruction of Kurdish society. I showed one of Dashni's music clips on YouTube to the Imam of Shahidia Mosque in Erbil.
Correct.
بس
ئەو کلیپی کە ئێستا دیتمان بەڕاستی ئەوە نا لەگەر سەقافەتی کوردی دەگونجێ نا لەگەر دابوونێتی کوردی دەگونجێ و نەگەر لەگەر مێژووی کورد دەگونجێ دابوونێتێکی بووە میلەتێکی تەقلیدی ئەوە هەروەکو خاچی نەما و مێژووشی نامینێ و هەر زمانی ڕەسەناتیشی نامینێ ئێمە لەگەڵەوەی دانی ئەمە گوێ لە گۆرانی ڕابین ئەسڵەن لە ئاینی ئێمە مۆسیقا حرامە بەسەردا هەڵگوتنی ئافرەتان جائز نییە و شەرعی نییە.
Many of the older generation hark back to a simpler time and criticize this online sensation. But Dashni is prepared to confront them.
زۆرم پێ سەیرە تۆ لاسای ئەوروپای ئەکەوە
یعنی ئەتە زۆرتر شتی کوردستانی بکەم
شاخی کوردستانمان هەیە مەڕمان هەیە دێهاتمان هەیە ئاوی چاکمان هەیە داروباری جوانمان هەیە خۆت لەنا ئەو شتی کوردستانی عشاردا خۆت لە شتی ئەوروپای عشاردا
ئەخرزانی چی من لێ گەورە بووم ئەبێت یعنی وەکتۆم بڵێ خۆشم سەرێکیش چەترێکیش بێت بۆ کوردەکانی ئەوروپا لەبەرکە ئەوانیش لەوێ مناڵەکانیان گەورە بووە ئەبێ پردێک دروستێنە بینی کوردەکانی ئێرە کوردەکانی
Many of the neighboring Middle Eastern countries censor and filter internet content for political, religious and moral reasons. And there is heated debate within the Baghdad government over whether to control web content. But the Kurdish regional government claims to take a very different approach.
There are no filters on there at the moment, and government policy is that we will not employ filters on that in the future. We will leave the choice of filtering to the households, to the families, to the individual effectively. We believe that filtering the internet, effectively, it's no longer an internet. It's powerful because it's not filtered. It's powerful because everybody can connect to it how they wish and where they wish. So to filter it is to take that power away.
Outside of the city, in the remote mountainous villages, the rollout of satellite and mobile 3G services is well advanced. Dishes are everywhere and many people have internet-capable mobiles. We brought Dashni to this village 2 hours drive deep into the mountains from Erbil. And amazingly, she was instantly recognized.
بینیشم سەتەلایتان هەیە وقت سەیری بەرنامەشتەکانی وتان کردووە؟
بەرێم زۆر تەماشا بکەم.
یا کام بەرنامە؟
وڵاتیان بەرنامەکە.
یا ئۆکێ زۆر سپاس.
بەسەم نەگەرە توم ناسیۆتون چین زۆر تەماشای بەرنامەی تۆکەم.
تخوا
In Kurdistan, the argument is about the Western influence on Kurdish culture through the internet. Yet in other parts of Iraq, the story is quite different. The next leg of my journey takes me to the opposite end of the country, both physically and culturally. Najaf is 160 kilometers south of Baghdad and is one of the holiest cities in Shia Islam. My trip coincided with the huge annual Shia pilgrimage. During Saddam Hussein's mainly Sunni Muslim regime, Shia Ayatollahs were controlled and had very limited access to their followers. With the US-led invasion of Iraq, the Ayatollahs began to take advantage of internet technology to spread their messages throughout Iraq and the rest of the world. Today, millions of followers from many countries connect with their holy man through website and email.
اینترنت یه مشکل حل کرده دیگه این دهشت جهانی دیگه همه چیزو حل کرده خوشبختانه دسترسی به همه اینا هست هر سوالم بپرسید در اسرع وقت تا 24 ساعت حد اکثر 72 ساعت این 3 روزه اینا جواب میدن مشکلی نیست
Bashir al-Najafi is a grand Ayatollah known as a marja. His website offers advice and services to his followers in many different languages. What is interesting, Ashi, this kind of meeting, speeches he gave, Ashi, are being recorded and then taken to the computer room and posted on YouTube and internet. This is the way, in fact, they are connecting with their followers across the globe. His son showed me around their operations.
هذه القسم الإعلامي وما يختص بالإنترنت والكمبيوتر اللي مختص بسماحة المرجع مباشرة. يعني هنا يستلمون الاستفتاءات، يستلمون التصوير، التسجيل، يرسلون الأسئلة الأجوبة، يحملون المواد، يسوون أبديت للموقع، يحدثون المواقع من خلال هذه الأماكن وأماكن أخرى.
From these modest offices, these grand Ayatollahs have a significant influence on political and social affairs. While I was there, I met Shia doctors, professors, politicians from Dubai, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan.
من بين مراجع براي molecular fusion براي nuclear fusion.
الانترنت ساهم في جعل مهمتنا أسهل وأصعب من جانب آخر. الجانب الأسهل هو أنه نوصل ما نريد بسرعة جيدة ومن خلال إيصال البريد وإيصال المعلومات، إيصال الفيديو، إيصال ما نريد واستلام ما نريد استلامه، وأيضا فسح مجال لآخرين أيضا أن ينطلقوا. بالتالي هناك يعني بعض الأحيان اختلاف الرؤى يقع في الإنترنت. الآن تشوف منتديات الحوار وغيرها واختلاف الأفكار المذهبية والدينية وإلى غير ذلك.
On the other side of Najaf, I visited the office of Muqtada Sadr, a young Shia cleric who uses the internet to preach his extreme views against the US-led occupation of Iraq. In 2004, his Shia Mehdi army fought a vicious guerrilla war against US troops, and some believe that his followers were behind the killing of many Sunni Muslims in Baghdad. Now, he is a major power broker in Iraqi politics and uses the internet as a propaganda tool. Abu Hassan is in charge of Muqtada Sadr's public relations and website.
نحن لا نروج إلى أنه أي فكر انحرافي أو إلى الإرهاب كما يسمونه. هنا تطرح العمليات لكل أصناف المقاومة سواء كانت شيعية أو سنية بدون أي انحياز. أي واحد أنه عمليات أو خبر، الأخبار الخاصة، كذلك أنه تختص في الأجهزة، في المعدات المستخدمة العسكرية، مثلا دبابة، شرح حول الدبابة، يعني مواضيع عسكرية أحيانا تطرح، شرح عن القاذفة، المدى مالتها، التطور التكنولوجي العسكري كذلك يطرح.
Traveling to Najaf was a stark reminder of the different direction in which each part of Iraq is heading. Although the internet is breaking down national and political barriers, it seems at the same time it is creating new religious and cultural borders. In the south, it is bringing together Shia Muslims from across the globe and is helping to create a Shia center that some say is rivaling Mecca. Yet in the north, the internet has become a tool for promoting Western values and connecting Kurds from around the world. But Kurdish nationalism is also the driving force that is creating yet another war. Beyond the different motivations and purposes of internet use in Iraq, there is no doubt that for young people across the country, it is providing a unifying force that is changing perceptions.
I think now for us, for Kurdish people, internet is really something good if we use it in a good way.
She's Kurdish.
I never asked her if she was a Sunni or Shia. She never asked me, but we communicate very well.
Most of the world see Iraq like a dangerous place, full of bombings, terrorists. We're not really bad people, we're friendly people, and we can make friends easily with people.
It's playing a major part in my life, in all of our life.
I knew that I have to respect them in the same way that they respected me. Because with respect, you build confidence, you build a relationship, you build friendship, and eventually you build your life.